How can you be a good friend? What does it mean to be a good friend? Does anybody want to share?
I think a good friend would be someone who would listen to you and also try and brainstorm good ideas if you're stuck on you don't know what you want to play. Also, like, if you're going to the beach sometimes or going somewhere and you get hurt, I think they would run over and help you do whatever you can.
Friends will stick by you no matter what. That's what I think is a good friend.
A good friend is someone that sticks with you in bad times, like what my friend said.
A good friend needs to stick with you and be like a leader and recognize people who don't have friends.
I think a good friend is a person who will respect you and put kindness into your heart.
I think a good friend should be help you when you need help, and they trying to be friends with the people who don't have friends.
I think a good friend is someone who stands up for you no matter what.
I think a good friend is somebody who stands up for you if you're getting bullied or you fell.
I think a good friend is someone who treats you as your equal, as someone you participate in something with, someone who has the exact same interests and likes as you.
Like my friend said, I think that too, but also some people can be really different and they still are best friends.
I think a friend needs to be loyal, because if they're not loyal, it won't really work, because,
I think a good friend is someone that even if far away from you, is still texts you or write you notes.
I think a good friend is somebody who respects you, somebody who feels sorry for you when you're having a tough time.
I think a good friend will go out of their way to help you.
I think a good friend needs to be someone who you can respect and trust and someone who stands up for you.
I think a good friend is someone that helps you no matter what's the cause.
I think a good friend is somebody who helps you in hard times.
I think a good friend is someone who notices if you're alone, or like if you have a big friend group, they don't exclude you, they try and let everybody have a turn.
I think a good friend is someone who you can stand up for and they can help you.
Like my classmate, I think friends should stand up for you, and you should stand up for them.
I think a good friend should be someone you can trust.
I think a good friend is not someone who doesn't help you, but you just want to be friends with them because you don't have any friends. A good friend is someone that you can actually take time with and get to know them, and then you can be good friends with them.
I think if you want to have a good friend, you're going to go through a whole bunch of fights at first, but in the end, you guys are going to be always best friends.
How could you solve conflict with a friend? If you were in a fight with a friend, how could you solve that conflict? What is some advice?
Well, you could probably just say sorry, because a good friend will probably always accept your apology, no matter what.
if they're a true friend, then you could just talk to them, and then I think that you guys could just work it out like that. But if they aren't, then it's not really worth being friends with them.
You could talk it out by figuring out why you were fighting, and then using that information to stop fighting.
What is the role of power? Can there ever be power imbalances in friendships? If so, is that a good thing, a bad thing? How do you solve it?
I think if you have friends, don't make them your equal. It's not supposed to be dominant and not dominant. It should be equal.
I think a good friend should have power, but use it in a good way, not leave other people out and not tease people.
I think if you're in a friendship, then you have to split it between the two of you, and if one person has more power, then it's not really good because then the other person doesn't really have that much power.
What could you do if you were in a situation with a friendship that you felt wasn't working, or maybe the power balance didn't feel equal? What strategies could you try? What could you do?
You could either try to work it out, but if that doesn't really work, you can try to make a new friend, and then you could all play together or something.
You could, if the friend doesn't be nice to you, you could just find a new friend that's respectful to you.
Well, you need to talk it about it and then figure out ways to improve it if you get on another fight.
And if you are in a good friendship, you can either take a break.
I think if you're in a friendship that doesn't really work, then you could get another friend, try and make another friend, because then it takes a little less pressure on the two of you, and then you can try and get to know the other person. So yeah.
I think if you're in a fight with your friend, or if it was just not working out, I think like one of my friends said, is you guys can find a new friend to join your group, and sometimes that will help. Sometimes it doesn't, and it just becomes worse. And by then, maybe you guys aren't that close of friends, but you're still friends. You just, I don't know, you're not that close because it just didn't really work out.
I think if you're having troubles with your relationship, you should take a little bit of a break, and if that doesn't work, then I don't know.
If you're having a conflict with your friend, I think you should join in some group games like soccer or basketball. That would help, because taking a break and then going back some other time might help, because if you take a break and go back to it, then they might lose their anger and you can continue.
I have something to add on to what my classmate said. I feel like you'd lose the stress if you were in group games. So that's the reason why.
Don't be someone's friend if they double cross you after one day.
And probably you want to solve that problem, but if they don't want to talk to you or text you, give them a little break, stop talking to them for a little while.
If you have a friend that that's being mean, do what your brain tells you to do. Either don't be their friend anymore, or figure out a way that works for both of you.
I think you need to take a break, and then once you get back, they might have have less of their anger, so you can talk about it.
I think if you're having a fight with your friend, or if even if you're moving away to a different place and your friend is upset, I think is the best thing to do is to comfort them and be like, oh, we can call anytime, or send letters or communicate still, because I know that can be very heartbreaking, not for just you, but also your friends.
You don't really have to have a friend that's a human. You could buy like a dog and be friends with that.
I think if a friend that suddenly being mean to you, you can walk away from she or he, and you can have a break, and you can walk to them and talk to them.
Adding onto a classmate, I think sports really help because you can be on the same team as them, and then it's like you guys have to work together, and that all really helps because you guys can like work on your friendship and teamwork.